You get that quarterly notice from Publix, you open it, and once again, your stock value has gone up. Maybe it's gone up a lot. You feel that mix of excitement and pride. This company has been so good to you. But then you don't do anything. You tell yourself, I'll wait till the next valuation. Maybe I'll diversify then. And then the next valuation comes up, the stock goes up, and again, you think, well, maybe the next one. I had one retiree tell me a couple years ago, Scott, when my Publix stock hits $8 million, I'm going to diversify. It hit $8 million. After that, what was his response? I'll wait until after the next valuation. Does that sound familiar? Well, Publix valuations, they happen every quarter, March 1st, May 1st, August 1st, and November 1st. 4 times a year, you get that notification. 4 times a year, there's a chance to make a decision. And 4 times a year, it's easy to say, next time. So let me ask you, what would it take for you to make that decision? Because if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about diversifying. You know you should at least consider it, but you haven't done it yet. So here are 3 things I want you to think about as we head into the next valuation cycle. First, would your lifestyle be affected if something happened to Publix tomorrow? This is the question that cuts through all the noise. Not, do you love Publix? Of course you do. So do I. Not, has the company been good to you? Of course it has. The question is, if Publix stock went to zero tomorrow, would life as you know it, what would happen to it? For some Publix retirees, the answer is uncomfortable. Everything they have, their entire financial life, sits in that one stock. A beautiful paid off home and millions of Publix stock. That's it. If something happened to Publix, life as they know it would drastically change. And I'm not just talking about day-to-day expenses. I'm talking about travel you planned or helping family members when they need it, maybe paying off a child's student loans or helping with a down payment of a house, or maybe it's paying so your grandchildren can go to a nicer school, or your legacy or the comfortable life that you've worked 30 years to build. The question isn't about loyalty. It's about security. Are you concentrated to the point where your entire lifestyle depends on one company's next move? Second, what's your approach to handling this? Here's where a lot of people get stuck. They know they should probably diversify, but they think, I'll just sell some stock and put it in a savings account, or I'll just move everything to an IRA. And that could be a costly mistake. How you're holding the Publix stock matters enormously. Is it in an ESOP? A brokerage account? Both? What's your cost basis? That matters. Your tax situation, it matters. There's a strategy involving Net Unrealized Appreciation, or NUA, that could potentially save you thousands or tens or hundreds of thousands if handled correctly. I've got a video covering this strategy in more detail, and you can find that link below. But the diversification may need to be a stair-step process. Though an NUA exercise, to the extent that it's going to be used, it has to be done in 1 year at one time. But the diversification may spread over more than 1 year, taking into account things like your other income sources, your tax rates for the year, the timing of the transaction, and which account you're pulling it from. These are the things that make it more complicated and technical. But honestly, for me, these are the things that make it more interesting. I enjoy working through these details and merging them with your life and what you want life to look like. But you likely need a professional to help you navigate this. The wrong approach could cost you a significant amount of unnecessary taxes. Third, when are you going to make the decision? Because once you make the decision to move forward, it should be done in the most tax efficient way. We endeavor to structure this so that you're not paying more to Uncle Sam than you have to. So we consider when income is coming in, what your tax situation looks like in that year, whether to do this all at once or spread it out. Which tax year or years make the most sense? I'm not saying that you need to sell it all. I'm not even saying that you need to get it down to the 10% concentrated stock threshold that I'd be talking about with most other stocks. I'm just saying diversifying enough so that your base lifestyle is secure. So that if Publix stock crashes tomorrow, you could still live at least a semblance of the life you've worked your whole career to build. The money isn't gone when you diversify, it's just repositioned. You're not flushing it down the drain, you're putting it in other investments that might provide more stability and hopefully more peace of mind. Here's the pattern I see. People wait. They watch that valuation go up quarter after quarter and they think, hey, as long as it keeps going up, why change anything? But here's what I want you to understand. The best time to have this conversation is before something goes wrong, not after. I've seen this happen with the client's UPS stock in recent years. I have suggested that they diversify some or all of it, and they held on to it for sentimental reasons. Then they watched it go down in value to about half of what it was. Now the client's interested in selling it, but now the damage has already been done. If you'd like to talk through your situation, schedule a call below. No pressure, just an opportunity to see if there are strategies that could give you and your family more clarity and hopefully some peace of mind.